Hi viewers, welcome back to Accounting Pro. My name is Irfan Yusuf. You are watching QuickBooks Online tutorial. In previous video, what we did that we tried to create chart of accounts manually, and then we set up our chart of account by adding all the accounts one by one. In this video, we are going to import our entire chart of accounts from Microsoft Excel to QuickBooks Online. First of all, we will click on the gear icon at top right corner of QuickBooks Online, and in the gear icon window you will click on chart of accounts. Once the chart of accounts window is opened, you can see that there are some accounts which we created in our previous lectures. What we did in our previous lecture, that we clicked on the new button and created chart of accounts manually one by one. In this video, what we are going to do, that we are going to import our chart of accounts by creating our own Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So click on new button and then in the import button. Once you will click on import button, you can see a new pop-up window which will ask you to upload your CSV file or Microsoft Excel file to upload. If you don't have any CSV file or Microsoft Excel file, you can download a sample file from here, and once you will download a sample file from QuickBooks window, you can see the sample file here with different columns. Number one is account number, then account name and account type, and then detail type. After the four columns, you can see a yellow box, do not import, data is for sample purpose only. So which means that this data is for sample purpose only, and you will have to create your own chart of accounts. Once we will create our own chart of accounts, first of all we will have to understand that what is the type and what is the detail type in QuickBooks Online. Let's delete the sample data from the given sheet and create our own chart of accounts. Once you will delete the sample data, we will go back to chart of accounts, QuickBooks chart of accounts, and then click new button. In the new button, you will see the new chart of accounts pop-up window. In the new chart of accounts pop-up window, what we will do, we will have to check the accounts type and the detail types available in QuickBooks Online. In the account type, there is a list of different account types which we will incorporate in Microsoft Excel. So let's start to incorporate all account types in Microsoft Excel one by one. Once we will create all the account types in Microsoft Excel, which means that these are the types which can be imported in QuickBooks Online through our chart of accounts. Let's create this list separately in the Microsoft Excel sheet and start creating our chart of accounts in Microsoft Excel. First of all, we will create our first head of account, cash and bank balances, and then we will create its sub account given the account code 100 and sub account 100-01. The parent account is cash and bank balance, the sub account is bank balances, and in bank balances there will be further sub accounts. Let's create the further sub accounts in bank balances. One is my current account and the other one is my saving account. 100 is the parent account, 100-01 sub account, and 100-0101 and 100-0102 are further sub accounts. I'm going to give some colors to my rows to differentiate the first level, second level and third level of parent and sub accounts. So here is the differentiation of different chart of account levels. After cash and bank balances, I'm going to create another sub account which is cash balances, and in the cash balances there is another sub account which is a petty cash balance. So you can see that the green one is a top parent account, then yellow one is a second level, and the gray color is the third level of chart of accounts. Now let's give it the accounts type to all the given accounts, and I'm going to give the parent account type cash and cash equivalents. Once the parent type cash and cash equivalents is given, I'm going to give the second account type which is a detail type. So what is the detail type? I have to check it with my QuickBooks Online. Let's click to the new button and go back to the QuickBooks Online, and I will tell you that in the main cash and cash equivalents window, are subtypes, then detail type, and there is a bank, cash and cash equivalents, cash on hand, client trust account, money market, etc. So you can see that the first of all, the parent account is cash and cash equivalents. So the parent account will remain the cash and cash equivalent. Under the cash and cash equivalent, there is a bank balances. Bank balances means there is a bank account, so the detail type will be a bank, and under the bank accounts there are two further bank accounts, which means that the detail level will remain same, bank account. And in the cash balances, you can see that there is a cash on hand, so I'm going to give the detail level or detail type is cash on hand, and the same will go to the lower level, cash on hand. My first level is created, which is the cash and bank balance, and the sub account is bank balances, and then further sub account, current account, saving account, and the cash balance, and the sub account is my petty cash balance. Initially I have created my raw structure of chart of accounts. Now I am going to differentiate the parent and sub level in the account name. To make the parent and sub levels, first of all, we will put the header's name, let's say cash and bank balances parent account, and after that I will put a colon, and after the colon I will create a sub account. Okay, in the same manner I'm going to create the third level, which is a cash and bank balances, and under the cash and bank balances there is a bank balance, and in the bank balance there is further sub level, my current account. Same will go to the cash and bank balances, the cash balances. Cash and bank balance is the parent account, and after that or after the colon there is a cash balances. Same goes to cash and bank balances, cash balances, and the final account is my cash balance. So this is how you will create the structure of chart of accounts, by making the parent account, sub account, and if there is a further sub account, you can create your chart of account structure. So I'm going to create some more heads in the same manner. Our cash and cash equivalents group is completed. Now I'm going to create another group, which is accounts receivable, and in the accounts receivable there is account type is account receivable, and to check the detail type of account receivable, I'm going to check in QuickBooks Online if there is any other detail available. No, there is no detail available in account receivable, so account receivable detail types will remain accounts receivable. So this account is also done. Now I will create current assets. In the current assets, I'm going to create another account number, and in the account number my parent head is current assets, my account type is current assets, and now I will create sub accounts in the current assets. So in the current assets, my first account is inventory or stock in hand, and second account is advances to employees, and third account is prepaid expenses. So these three heads are created under the current assets. Now I'm going to provide the account type, and account type will remain the current assets, and in detail type I will have to check my QuickBooks Online. So the parent head will remain the current asset, as the current asset is the parent head, and the detail type I am going to QuickBooks Online to check that what will be the detail type. For the inventory, I will check that if there is any sub detail of inventory. Yes, there is a head which names inventory. You can see here the detail type inventory. In the inventory and stock in hand, I'm going to write the inventory. In the advances to employees, what is there in QuickBooks Online? I can see that in the current assets, you can see that loan to officers, loan to others, or employee cash advances. So I'm going to write this information here, employee cash advances. And in the prepaid expenses, let's check if there is any type of prepaid expenses. Yes, you can see there prepaid expenses. All three different detail types are provided. I'm going to make all these the sub accounts I mentioned in the top. The green row is a parent account and the yellow is the sub account of its parent account. Now I hope you understand that how to create the basic structure of chart of accounts, how we can give the account number, how we can put the parent head, and then how we can create the sub accounts of the parent heads. Now I'm going to create some further heads to make my chart of account heads, and then I will try to import it into QuickBooks Online. Now you can see that I have created almost 20 heads in Microsoft Excel spreadsheet by providing the parent account, sub account, account number, sub account codes. Now after the creation of Microsoft Excel file, I am going to save this file to import it into my QuickBooks Online. Let's get back to QuickBooks Online and click on import button. Let's click on import, and once you will see the import window. Previously we downloaded the sample file. Now what we will do, we will upload the file which with our data. Browse and select the file. Once you will select the file of your chart of accounts, click next. You can see that QuickBooks is going to map your fields: detail type, account name, account number, and account type. Once done, you can see that account number is mapped, account name, type, detail type, all 4 columns are mapped with QuickBooks Online. Click next. Once you will click next, you can see that QuickBooks has picked up all the chart of accounts prepared in Microsoft Excel. Now you can see that the chart of accounts can be edited before importing it into the QuickBooks Online. So you have a second opportunity, that first you created the chart of account in Microsoft Excel, and once you import the data in QuickBooks Online, it is again giving you the option to edit your any account code. You can edit any account name, you can edit any account type, or you can edit any detail type before importing the QuickBooks Online chart of accounts. So if there is an error, you can see the error in a red box. If there is an error in account code, or is there an error account name or account type, you can see the error and correct the error before importing it into the QuickBooks Online. Now I can see that there were 2 errors, and I have removed those errors before importing the data in QuickBooks Online. Now I'm going to import the data in QuickBooks Online. Let's click on import button in QuickBooks Online, and let's see what happens next. And now you can see that my all data has been imported in QuickBooks Online. You can see that all account heads are properly entered in QuickBooks Online. You can see the parent account, you can see my sub account. Let's compare my Excel file with the imported data in QuickBooks Online. You can see that my parent head is cash and cash bank balances. You can see that account code is 100 and cash and bank balances. Sub account is 100-01 cash and bank balances, which is a sub account of cash and bank balances, and the same in the next level, that 100-0101, and the sub account is my current account and my saving account. All accounts are properly imported in QuickBooks Online, and I hope that you have learned that how we can create a raw Excel sheet in Microsoft Excel from the sample sheet, and then we can import the data in QuickBooks Online. So I hope that you like the video, and if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any comments, please don't forget to write in the comment box below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye.